The Elizabethan Age is the period in English history that corresponds with the reign of Queen Elizabeth I from 1558 to 1603. This era was a time of great literary achievement in England, marked by the emergence of some of the most significant writers in the English language. Some of the most important events of this era include the Renaissance. The Elizabethan Age was a time of the Renaissance, a period of cultural, intellectual awakening. It began in Italy in the 14th century and spread throughout Europe. The Renaissance emphasized the study of the classical texts of Greece and Rome, and the Elizabethans were particularly interested in the works of Aristotle, Plato, and Cicero. The English Reformation, which took place during the reign of Henry VIII, had a profound impact on English literature. The break with the Catholic Church and the establishment of the Church of England led to a new emphasis on the Bible as the source of religious authority, which influenced writers such as John Milton. The rise of the theatre. The Elizabethan Age was a time when the theatre became a popular form of entertainment. Playwrights such as William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Ben Jonson wrote plays that were performed in public theatres, which attract large audiences and help to popularize the art form. The Golden Age of English Literature. The Elizabethan Age is often referred to as the Golden Age of English Literature. It was a time when some of the greatest works of literature in the English language were written. This includes plays by Shakespeare and other playwrights, as well as works of poetry, prose, and style. The publication of the first English dictionary in 1604, Robert Cordray published the first English dictionary titled A Table Alphabetical. This dictionary was an important milestone in the development of the English language and helped to standardize spelling and vocabulary. The Spanish Armada. In 1588, the Spanish Armada was defeated by the English Navy in a significant military victory. This event has a significant impact on English national pride and helped to solidify England as a major naval power. It also inspired writers such as Shakespeare, who wrote plays such as Henry VIII and The Tempest that celebrated English military victories. Literary characteristics of the Elizabethan Age. Poetry. Poetry was an important literary form in the Elizabethan Age. Many of the great poets of the time, including Edmund Spenser, Philip Sidney, William Shakespeare, wrote sonnets, epic poems, and other forms of poetry. Drama. Drama was also a major form of literature in the Elizabethan Age, with the emergence of Elizabethan theatre. The plays of William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Ben Jonson were particularly popular, and the theatre became a major form of entertainment for the people of England. Prose. Prose was not as popular as poetry and drama during the Elizabethan Age, but some important works were written in this form. Francis Bacon, for example, wrote influential works on science, philosophy, and politics. Use of language. The Elizabethan writers had a mastery of language, and their works are characterized by their rich and complex language, wit, and wordplay. The writers used a wide range of vocabulary, including words borrowed from other languages, and were able to create new words to suit their needs. Historical and political context. The literature of the Elizabethan Age was often influenced by the historical and political events of the time. The Elizabethan writers explored themes of power, politics, and patriotism in their works, and their plays often reflected the social and political concerns of the age. Use of symbols and metaphors. The Elizabethan writers often use symbols and metaphors to convey complex ideas and emotions. This use of symbolism and metaphor helped to make their works more accessible to a wider audience and contributed to their growing popularity. The major Elizabethan writers and their works are William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. Shakespeare is widely regarded as the greatest playwright in the English language and one of the most significant writers of all time. He wrote 37 plays, including Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, Hamlet, Othello, and King Lear, and over 150 sonnets. His works explore themes of love, power, tragedy, and comedy, and continue to be performed and studied around the world. Christopher Marlowe, 1564 to 1593. Marlowe was a playwright, poet, and translator who is considered one of the greatest writers of the Elizabethan era. His plays such as Dr. Faustus, Tamburlaine, The Great, and The Jew of Malta explore themes of power, ambition, and morality. He is also known for his contributions to the development of blank verse. Edmund Spenser, 1552 to 1599. Spenser was a poet who wrote one of the most significant works of the Elizabethan era, The Faerie Queene. This epic poem is an allegory that explores themes of victory, chivalry, and morality. Spenser's use of language and imagery helped to shape the development of English poetry. Philip Sidney, 1554 to 1586. Sidney was a controller, solitaire, and poet who wrote Astrophel and Stella, a series of sonnets that explored themes of love and desire. He is also known for his prose work, The Defense of Poesy, which defends the value and importance of literature. Ben Jonson, 1570 to 1637. Jonson was a playwright, poet, and literary critic who is best known for his plays such as Volpone, The Alchemist, and Bartholomew Fair. His works explore themes of greed, deception, and morality. He is also known for his satirical poetry and for his contributions to the development of the English masque. John Donne, 1572 to 1631. Donne was a poet and preacher who is known for his metaphysical poetry, which explores complex themes of love, faith, and morality. His works such as The Flea, A Valediction, Forbidding Mourning, and Holy Sonnets are characterized by their use of unusual metaphors and imagery. Francis Bacon, 1561 to 1626. Bacon was a philosopher, scientist, and writer who is known for his contributions to the development of the scientific method. His works such as Essays, The Advancement of Learning, and Novum Organum explore themes of knowledge, truth, and wisdom. The Elizabethan Age was a time of great literary achievement in England, marked by the emergence of some of the most significant writers in the English language. The Renaissance period, humanism, and the development of new literary forms such as drama and sonnet sequence were some of the key characteristics of this period. The legacy of Elizabethan literature can still be felt today, and its influence on English literature is profound.